Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Religiously Fit. I hope everyone is doing fine and keeping well. So guys, this video is basically about spouse open work permit. As some of you or maybe most of you know that I am married. So I have been, like, me and my wife have been living apart for 26 months, which is like more than 2 years. We had filed her spouse open work permit back in April 2020, and recently, like very recently, she has finally received her work permit. So the reason I'm making this video is it has been a very tough journey of these 26 months. I had applied, me and my wife, we both applied for her spouse open work permit. We did not took any legal help, any consultant or lawyer, anything like that. So we did all the documentation, and I'll tell you, this has been a journey. This has been a real journey. First of all, let me warn you that this is going to be a long video. So if you are really interested in understanding everything about spouse open work permit, you can be here, or otherwise you can quit, because this might not be that useful for you. I'm going in every detail for this visa. So basically, for spouse open work permit, you need to have a lot of documents. It is all about documentation. Every visa is basically about documentation, but this specific visa is about a lot of documents. Okay, so I'll start with, first of all, there are two things in this visa which are most required. First is the authenticity of your relationship. If you need to provide a couple of documents to prove that your marriage is legitimate, that's the first thing. The second thing is money. So for your spouse to come to Canada, either you or your spouse have to show that they have ample amount of money in their bank account to survive here in Canada. So these two are the foundation of spouse open work permit. Okay, starting with the list of documents. First of all, if one of the spouse is a student or a worker here in Canada, you need to provide all of their documents, like their transcript, their completion letter, their GIC, their address proofs, their pay stubs, their job employment letter. So if they are a student, you need to have a list of, like, comprehensive list of documents, like basically what I said. If they are the worker, like on post-graduation work permit, that you'll have to follow the respective list. So then, coming to the spouse marriage part, so you need to provide your marriage certificate, if it is a registered certificate under Constitution Act, so that certificate. Otherwise, if it's a Arya Samaj marriage, then both of these documents. Second thing, a lot of marriage photographs. I'll be sharing my own experience. I will not go by what is written on the CIC, because I personally feel that's an incomplete list, and a visa officer, because I have this 26 months of experience. So I'm telling you, the visa officer is looking for more documents, much more number of documents than what is written on CIC. Okay, so your marriage, starting with your marriage certificate and your Arya Samaj certificate, if your marriage was in Hindu temple. Second thing is, you need to provide joint account. If you guys have a joint bank account, then account statement. If you guys have some policy, insurance policy, then that policy which states, like, you can highlight your name, your spouse's name on that policy or that account, bank account. And then if you have, like, your names of your spouses written on a passport, then a copy of that. If you have a if you have some property in your name, it's a joint property, then that piece of document. Okay, then for showing the finance part, if you guys have some property in either of your name, to show that your spouse is having some amount of liquid money, as well as, like, these kinds of deposit kind of things to back them up, like here in Canada. Bank account summary for last 6 months, stamped by a bank. Okay, if you have any, like, jewelry or a piece of land, or maybe some other kind of mutual funds, investment, any sort of investment, any sort of property, if you have in your name, then it has to be attached in your documentation. And okay, coming back to the marriage part, I forgot one thing. A lot of photos are required. Okay, so all the ceremonies of a marriage, like haldi, mehendi, whatever, like, ceremonies you have, please ensure you put every photograph, like at least 2-3 photographs of every ceremony over there. Okay, And if you have known each other before your marriage, then please put some pre-marriage photographs of your vacation or anything like that. If you have other photographs like post-marriage, like if for example I'll tell you that it was my sister's wedding last December, so I went to India. So we had obviously so many photographs of my sister's wedding. I had put those photographs. If you have visited some place in your country or outside your country, then definitely those photographs. Like photographs are a real a piece of evidence which shows that okay, your relationship is very much legitimate. So I have known my wife for quite some time, so we had a variety of photographs with us. Along with that, I would say you should be having some kind of chat history with your spouse, be it a Facebook, be it WhatsApp, be it Skype, any kind of chat history for like at least a year. If you can put more than that, don't worry, I'll explain everything. So if it is like more than that, me and my spouse were having a chat history of like more than 3 years, I think. So you cannot put up like printouts of all those 3 years, because it is going to be more than like 1,000 or 1,500, maybe. It depends on how much you chat. So in our case, it was a very, very lengthy document. So what we thought is like we put the chat for just 1 year, which was like maybe somewhere close to like 300 something pages. So we decreased the font, and then try to push as much data onto both sides of pages, and like we tried everything. But a year of chat of us was like more than 300 pages. So I would strongly suggest put some or the other kind of evidence that you guys are in a real relationship, you guys are chatting. Like my wife's visa officer, they asked for a video call, like video call history also. So my wife obviously did not had an answer for that. Even I don't have an answer, like how come you can get a video call history for this? I don't know. She said I don't know how to get that. And this reminds me of a funny interview thing. I'll explain it later also in detail. But when the visa officer asked my wife what's my phone number, so my wife is not that great with remembering these details. Like she's good with remembering other details. The married people can relate to that. But she said I don't remember her number, his number. So visa officer became a little skeptical about after that question, when he might be thinking in his head that how come she does not remember his number. But anyway, coming back to the point, so put as much evidence as possible that your marriage is legitimate. So photographs can be one of the strong evidence for that. The other is chat history, call history. Yeah, your passport, like the stamps, whatever stamps are there on your passport. Like we visited 2 different countries before coming to Canada, so obviously the stamps were same on mine and my wife's passport. So that also show authentic thing to them, that okay, the stamps are same, so they travel on the same dates. If you have boarding pass, attach boarding pass. If you have like hotel booking documents, bills and all, please put that up. So I'll tell you, there's one thing called client information. When you apply a visa on CIC portal, it says client information. So the limit for that is like 4 MB, and it is really hard to put all these documents under 4 MB. So you will be needing some great tool for compression, okay, with which you will be able to push these many documents into a compressed format of less than 4 megabytes. Keeping in mind that the quality does not go to an extent that the officer is not able to read the document. So that is, I think, that is also a very crucial thing to be taken care of. So coming to like summarizing these 2 things, like one is your marriage, proving your marriage is real, genuine, and the second is money. So are there any other documents for a marriage? No, I think so. Yeah, the communication history, WhatsApp, Facebook, Skype, call history, video call history, all kinds of photograph, pre-marriage, post-marriage, marriage. Okay, if you have other siblings, like if you had some other family get together photographs, please put them as well in your documentation. And property, yes, they ask for a certain amount. I don't know what is the like right now current number that they are asking, the amount that you need to show in your bank account. You can check that on the CIC website. But definitely try whatever they are asking. I'll tell you, whatever they are asking, like try to show at least 3 times over that amount. Okay, if for example they say $5,000, at least show $15,000. Okay, I had got like rejection on my student permit when I applied. Okay, and yeah, along with all these visa and permit, that was the only rejection. So I did a lot of, I'm like good at researching, so I did a lot of research on this rejection thing. So I'm telling you, the finance part is the most common thing, the most common reason which they give when they reject your application, saying that there are two things. One is the finance part. They say they don't believe that you have ample amount of money to survive here in Canada. The second thing is they bluntly says, which is I think it's a automatic message, maybe something like that. They have automated this, that they say that they don't believe that you're going to go back to your home country. You have strong ties with Canada and weak ties your home country, so they believe that you are not going to go back to your country once your visa validity finishes. So those are the two reasons. But don't worry, you are not going to get any rejection. Just keep in mind, if your marriage is really real, okay, like if your marriage is really real, okay, so try to put up as many documents as possible for supporting your marriage, and as many as possible for supporting your financial part. Okay, so it's been, as I said in the starting of the video, that it's been 26 months. So I had raised, like, I have lost the count of raising web forms. I had raised like hundreds and hundreds of web forms. I had talked to member of parliament here in Canada, in Ontario, the MP of Waterloo region, the MP of Kitchener, the MP of Stratford. I have exchanged like hundreds, I'm not exaggerating the number, I have exchanged hundreds of emails with the member of parliaments here in Canada. Okay, so it was a really hard time, this COVID time. Because of this, everyone was like stuck, bound by I don't know, there were so many reasons of the delay. I think everyone knows this is well ever fact. So I tried everything whatever was possible. My wife did 3 times medical in last 2 years, always upfront. Okay, she went to Dubai to give her biometrics in 2020 when it was all locked down, everything was locked down, there was no vaccine and everything. And then she finally got her interview lined up. Like, once her interview got cancelled also, like, we were not intimated that her interview has got scheduled. We did not got any email, any phone, anything, and we directly got an email saying that your interview has been cancelled. We tried to follow up that through MP, directly talking to the Delhi Immigration Embassy. We did not got any answer. After that, finally her interview got scheduled like in April month 2022. So they asked the legitimacy of her marriage, because like obviously the officer might be thinking that the marriage is not real. So my wife carried lots of photo albums, photographs, or chat history, my documents of like when we applied for this spouse open work permit. I was a student, but now I am on my post-graduation work permit. So all my documents of my job here in Canada, is it a knock job, 0AB, what are my pay stubs, what's my address, and all those things. So the interview went for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, that was a complete roast. I should not use this word roast, but that was a kind of grilling interview. They asked like every bit and detail of her of mine to my wife, all my postgraduate work permit thing, all my studies, my personal things, everything. So that was quite a long interview. Maybe I'll create another video for that to help you guys with that, because I got help from so many people. I'm grateful for that. So summarizing everything, like going through raising million web forms, then talking to MP of 3 counties here in Canada, then she giving her medical 3 times, going to Dubai for a biometrics, then her interview got lined up, like cancelled and then lined up. So finally it was a very long, painful and tough journey. So why I'm making this video is so I can create some value or add some information, real information to your life, so that you don't have to live apart from your spouse, just like we did for not even for 2 months or 1 month also. We were living apart for like 26 months. So now I am very grateful to God. I am grateful to my life. thankful. That's the reason I'm making this video. I'm being as detailed as possible, and you guys also can comment on this video. If you need to ask other questions, related questions, you can reach out to me on Instagram. I live there with the same name, Religiously Fit. If you need any help regarding this spouse open work permit, I'm always available for help. And yep, if you like this video, if you find it useful, if it add any value to your life, please hit like button, and you can subscribe to my channel also. I'll try to push, I'm very bad at making videos. I'm not that consistent, but definitely I'll try my best to put up some of the other video, especially the problems which I face, so that other people don't have to face those problems. Because I feel like if you have faced problems, if you have people have helped you, definitely pass that on, so that other people get benefited by that, and they don't have to go through all those sufferings and all which you have had to. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and if I forgot anything during this video, I'll try to add that in the description box. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening ahead, whatever time zone you're living in, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.